seinna mótið 10-15 mínútur eftir úrslitaleikurinn klárast. Það fylgist bara með hvenær sá áfram klárast. Og spjald 4. Daniel og Alex, Nóni og Garðar Gísli skrifar. Spjald 6. Ástþór og Hólmar og Kristján Sigurðsson skrifar. Spjald 8. Vítor og Ásgrímur og Halli Páll skrifar. Spjald 13. Þorgeir og Gísli og Halli Egil skrifar. Og spjald 15. Pétur, Sigurðarnar og Sigurður Brynjar skrifar. Segir Húlar, Rökkar eftir ekkert, besta 9. Verði tapið þá skrifið í næsta leik á spjaldi sem voru að spila. Fyrir eftir 2-3 mínútur. Strax símur. Það skal gera líka. Það ekki strafa, en það ekki
69. Nee, 66.
Que bonita. Que bonito. Com fundo dele.
Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen, and a very warm welcome to Stigamót number 7. My name is Robbie Duff. I'm going to be commentating through this tournament and probably the evening session as well. Now, this is one of our national ranking events, kind of like the Pro Tour, if you will. We are seeing yesterday's winner, Vítor Charrúa, up against Asgrimur, who is actually significantly out-averaging Vítor at the moment, which is a little bit of a surprise. But it's all good fun nonetheless, as we see Vítor not being able to pin his 20, but is going to have some time on his side. I'll look for double 10 here for a break. Looks like he's wearing patches on his trousers, doesn't it, with our Live Darts Iceland logo, and does get the double 5 eventually, with not the best or the most pleased look on his face. That was all right, Vítor. He does take the leg, but will want to improve his average, surely, if he's going to be competitive. Asgrimur Harðarson is the full name of his opponent today. Also playing, we've got Petri Fredriksdottir against Arna Ruth Gunnlaugsdottir, of course in the women's brackets. Alex Manny Peterson is tied 2 apiece with Kamil Mocek. Everything here is first to 5, even the final. Now, I'm aware there's lots of sport going on today. If you like women's football, you've got the Super League. If you like darts, you've got this. We've also got the Hungarian Darts Trophy. If you like cricket, well, there's a very exciting test match going on. Probably if you're English or Indian or Australian, maybe that'll mean a little something to you. But where we are right now is Iceland. Bringing you arrows of the finest quality, if I can say so myself. He's good at hitting one treble, isn't he? With a visit. Here's good old Askrimmer. And the darts Vita plays with, I don't think he's changed them for years. They do like his branding, his personal branding. The grenade is his nickname, so he'll wear obviously a shirt with the grenade on it, but it's black and orange is his style. He is, or at least was, a Winmore rep. I imagine he probably still is. And he throws with some personalised flights. I've got a set somewhere. As well as some very nicely coloured darts that very much suit his personal brand. He used to throw with Scott Waite's Winmore. I'm guessing he still does. And they are of the smoothest darts I've ever thrown. Coated with something that's just very, very nice and friendly on the hand. Feels nice and grippy without having an aggressive grip. Have a look at Scott Waite's Winmore if you get a chance. Very, very nice and smooth indeed. Vita's left 1-3-2 as Skrimmer is on a finish first. Oh, he loves the ball, and that is absolutely beautiful. Oh, that is unfortunate. It's just flicked the flight of the other. He loves the bullseye, and that first dart was really well thrown. Sometimes they'll go treble 14 if it's blocking, but that first dart looked like it was laying so nicely. He's absolutely done the right thing. And but for the deflection, it may well have gone in the bull. Had it gone in the bull, of course, he'd had a dart at double 16. Something from Harderson. It's the 103, not going to be possible now with that single one. Only 26 on the board. And Vitor really looking to cement his lead. Does exactly that. Another hold of throw there. To back up his break, he now has the superior average. His average is on the up, which will be good news for Vitor. Vitor was yesterday's champion. He beat Halle 5-2 in the final. He's going to want back-to-back tournaments, that's for sure. Interestingly enough, I've just looked at the stats for Tournament 5 and 6. So as I say, it's kind of like the Pro Tour in as much as it's for the Icelandic ranking events. I think they do one series of events a month, something like that. It used to be less, but I think now it's probably 4 in a month or whatever. Interesting enough, you know the 4 legends of Live Darts Iceland, so we used to play in Matty's garage every single week, and it would be Vitor Charua, obviously Matty Fredriksson, who was the winner of event number 5, by the way. Peter Rurik Gudmundsson, the left-hander, the father. And of course, Halle Isles, who many in Icelandic darts will be aware of. Those 4 players have made the semi-finals in event 5 and event 6, which I find astonishing, because somewhere down the line you expect a bit of an upset, or there is a lot of talent, so one of them to be not on their A game. All 4 of those to not lose until the semi-final. That's kind of impressive. Kind of impressive. Vita's had a nice start in this leg with a ton and a ton 40. Well, from there, that looks inviting, and he's not got it, so he'll have to settle for either 45 or 85. 45 it is. Skrimmer not giving up without a fight. But Vitor has effectively nicked the darts here. It does need to either stay straight or preferably get himself a treble, which he does beautifully. It did catch the flight of that single five, but it was a happy deflection rather than a sinister one. And gets a very nice last start there, a very welcome last start to tee up tops. Oh, really didn't want deflection. At least staying straight would have been somewhat better. And Vita's only going to get one dart here, one further dart. It's going to be a double 10, which he likes. Oh, and he gets it as well, nicely central. A beautiful dart. Vita Chara is just one leg away from taking this. It's likely he's going to do it 5-1. This is a round one proper game, which is the last 16. There is a preliminary round which only had one game in it, which was Kamil Mocek and Alex Manny Peterson, which is taking place now. The winner of this one takes on Peter Gudmundsson, who is beating Gisli Hreinsson 5-0. So it's not going to be the four classic Icelanders in the semis this tournament. I stand corrected. It's not Thorgeir Gudmundsson. It's not Peter Gudmundsson. It's Thorgeir Gudmundsson. That's the problem, because their names are right next to each other in the bracket, and I've read them both, and I've obviously got the wrong one. So I actually stand corrected. Peter Gudmundsson could well reach the semis, as could Vita in a different bracket. Yeah, they all could, so I take that back. I stand corrected. But I confirm it's going to be Vitor, assuming he wins this, and Thorgeir Gudmundsson, not Peter Gudmundsson, Thorgeir Gudmundsson. Peter Gudmundsson already into the quarters, as is Hrafnsson, Thorgeir Gudmundsson, Peter Gudmundsson, and either Halli Ails, Harald Pelsen, and Christian Sigurdsson and Garðar Gisli Thorisson. So lots of names, lots of brackets. If you want to look for the bracket yourself, because I've just confused the hell out of you, that is absolutely fine. tv.darkconnect.com. Click on events, and you can find Stigamót number 7 over on tv.darkconnect.com. If you get confused, it's the one of the ones with the Icelandic flag. Very nice use of that treble 19 there. 1-3-3, not enough for a finish, but just tells Vita he is still there and he can still score. 1-5-5 would have been for the match. Oh, that's a wonderful last dart. So not only has he got a treble 20, he's also knocked that 5 off as well. And he is now averaging in excess of 60, and that was not what the doctor ordered. Funny, he's actually hit in the last 2 visits 4 treble 19s and 1 out the board. Go figure. 20 leaves tops. Oh, and he's done that twice now. It was the single 1. Okay, he was going for tops, but he was still. There we go. He's made a real hash of that, hasn't he? He is going to be back, though. It's probably going to be, well, it is going to be 5-4 double top. That is high. That looks like it's not in either. So this is big here from Hjartarson. Just taking a couple of moments to compose himself. It should be treble 90, and he might just be trying to work out what exactly he needs. That should be the first port of call. Well, eh? 23 scored, so it is the bullseye. He's missed. I don't know what he was going for in that first start. If it was treble 13, that would have left him with 34. If it was treble 18, that wouldn't have even been on a double. Talking of the double, Vitor Chara pins in double top, and he takes this one. 5-1 is going to place Thorgeir Gudmundsson over in the quarter-finals. Are we going to see once again the 4 classic Icelanders make the semi-finals? I guess time will tell. We'll have some more action coming up very, very soon. Are there 2 streaming boards today? No is the answer. It's just blackness on the other boards. Time will tell. Do stay tuned here to Live Darts Iceland very shortly. The next game will be taking place, and I'll talk you through it. Hello and welcome back to Live Darts Iceland, where Matthias Fredriksson has been warming up on this board. And he has now the pleasure of playing Kamil Mocek, who has just come through a rather tight battle with Alex Manny Peterson. I say quite tight, it ended up being 5-3, similar averages. They were pretty clung on to each other, metaphorically that is, the majority of the game. But it is the son of the father, Alex Manny Peterson, who has not made it past the last 32. And I believe that was the only last 32 match, just the way the bracket works. They do buys. Yes, it was. There we go then. So they were the unlucky ones that had to play each other in the preliminary round. And it is Kamil Mocek who is through. Now, the winner of this one is going to play Asthor Ernir Hrafnsson. Oh, look at that from Kamil Mocek. Look at his shirt. Not too much pattern on the front, but wait till he turns round. Which player's shirt is Kamil Mocek wearing? Got good eyesight, you'll be able to see above his pocket what the nickname says. Oh, a lovely start there with a couple of treble 20s. That is the shirt belonging, well, not belonging to, I hope it's not belonging to anyway, but it is the shirt of the Iceman and current world champion, Gerwyn Price. You can see there above the lovely pockets, it says the Iceman. Yes, I quite like that shirt. I think doesn't Gerwyn usually throw with sort of icy patterns on it, maybe, but I like the plain one. I think it looks very nice indeed. Meanwhile, Matty is wearing his signature Matthias shirts. I think it might be the shirt he is wearing right now that he wore when he won the Icelandic National Championship. Maybe. Might be wrong on that. Nonetheless, it is a nice shirt. Used to play Matty in yellow. Almost like an adaptation of the football club he used to play for. He used to play for a football team called Grindavik. They played in the Icelandic Premier League. So he used to wear the colours of Grindavik. When I was out there, I even got myself a Grindavik football shirt, because why not? Will be on a finish, unless he gets a 1. Doesn't get the 1, so he's going to be on a 140 when he returns. Kamil would love, well, really one treble here at least. Well, obviously at least. And Messi just tees up. Can't get it. Well, it was a little further from the treble 20. It would like, so it should be out of ball here. Oh, there it is. There's the altar. He's moving, but that looks all right, you know. Oh, maybe it wasn't that easy. So 101 outside chance here. And we would expect there's 49 to go, provided he hits a big single, the correct big single with the first start. And it's double top. And it's there. A clean kill to start off in 23 darts, Matthias Fredriksson. Well, no treble there from Matty. 2 trebles here from Camille. In as much as in his first 2 visits. Well, Matty will try and match that here. The 140 would have done him a decent amount of favours. Might have to settle for a ton. Won't even settle for a ton. Don't know how he hasn't found the treble there. Because that was 3 well-thrown darts. Finally finds himself a treble. It was treble 19, which suggests that maybe in this leg we should look at the 19s. We've seen it quite a lot, didn't we? We saw it a couple of weeks ago by numerous players over in the PDC Nordic and Baltic event, and what an event that was. 6 events over 4 days. There we go. Matthew listening to me. And I couldn't even begin to tell you where that last dart's gone. But it wasn't in the 25, which means there's going to be 6 darts. It doesn't need to, well, didn't need to go that route. But he knows that route. The fact that he's missed it, it's only the bullseye, means he should get 2 darts a double. Could have been 3, mind, especially as Matty's piled in some pressure there. Now Matty leaves himself on top, so he's only going to get 2 darts here, double 16. I don't know why he seems confused. He's left it. Maybe he was just a bit weary that it was so close to the double. But that wasn't in the double. And Matty has a chance here where he never really should have got a chance. And that shows how finishing is infinitely more important than starting. Sure, if you start well, you're going to give yourself more finishes, fine, but you've got to take them. And Camille wasn't able to do so. Maybe going the bullseye route on 1-2-2 was a mistake. You know, gets 3 straight 20s, that leaves 62. Okay, yeah, he did leave 47, fine. But it's a risk, isn't it? I don't know. You know, if he hit it, it would have been the right thing to do, so I don't think I need to say any more. And Camille has been good at the treble 20. He's been hitting it, you know, generally at least once a visit, as a rule. Maybe not there, thanks. That was right on cue, wasn't it? But some better, more promising averages from both of these players. Camille struggled through his last game. He's looking nice and good here. Matty, throwing like this, tends to be somewhat unstoppable. Well, didn't like that. And Matty's going to have ample opportunity here to go 3-0 up. Remember, it's first to 5. Everything's first to 5 here in these Stigamót events. That's good, that's more like it. Was it 34 with his last visit, and he gets 2 big trebles there. That's what Camille's after. She's had a leg here where it's just been a little bit weary. Scores of 65, which is good, then 26, 41, 34. And backs up with a 1-2-1. Matty hasn't thrown the kitchen sink at Camille here, but he's been very straight. 60, 60, 60. 135, 45. And what's that there? That is 77. Oh, it isn't 77 at all. Where I got 72, it's 97. I missed 20 off. So 3-0 should beckon. Let me explain the bracket for this game. The winner of this will play will play Astor Erne Hrafnsson, as Hrafnsson beats Holmar Arneson 5-0. We have two other quarters, in fact, that are confirmed. Vitar will play Thorgeir Gudmundsson, and Peter Rurik Gudmundsson will play Bjossi Bjorn Steinar Brian Olsen. That'll be a good game. We are set once again to see the 4 classic Icelanders make the semi-finals for the 3rd consecutive tournament. At least. I haven't even checked tournaments 1 to 4. It wouldn't surprise me if they've made the semis in a couple of those other tournaments as well. Some of the other scores around the board here in Iceland today. We've got Christian Sigurdsson is 2-1 up over on Gisli Garðar Thorisson. Halli is doing a job on Harald Palsson, 4-0, averaging 81. This is the same sort of standards that he was throwing when he got to the final. We've got a final event in the PDC Nordic and Baltic Tour. It was in order to play on the big stage as well, the Nordic Darts Masters, something like that, over in Copenhagen in September. Didn't win the final, but a great show. Iceland's first ever final on the PDC Nordic and Baltic Tour. Amazing. Amazing. Petri Fredriksdottir is in the semi-finals of the women's events, beating Anna Rut Gunnlaugsdottir. And she will play Brian Herborg Jonsdottir. One thing about Camille's game, in terms of the scoring, it has been consistent. And consistency is key. Triple 19, perhaps. Yeah, I didn't need to go. That would have left 50, which is what a lot of players do tend to do. It like rounds it up nicely, but not Matty. He doesn't care about any of that. Well, not the best setup shot. Is not even under 100 is Camille from the 1-3-3. 20 here. Leaves the bullseye. I love a bullseye finish, but wasn't quite to be. 104 then for Kamil Modček. Has his options. I like 19s here, because if you miss either side... Oh, he doesn't care about missing either side. That was brilliant. 44 left, has his choices. 36. Completely covered up. But I can tell you that's nowhere near. Matty here, he's a tops man, isn't he? Double top. Oh, there it is, Mattias Søren Fredriksson has been clinical on those finishes. When it's single number tops, has he even missed tops at all? Possibly not. He now just finds himself one leg away from a place in the quarters. The same quarter-final where he is going to meet Astor Erne Hrafnsson. I think there's 8 seeds, which will probably explain why the 4 big uns are so suspect. That's not the word, is it? Susceptible, that's it, to reaching the semi-finals against each other. Matty is first, number 1. Peter is number 2, Hallie is number 3, and Peter is number 4. So if they win, they will make the semis. That's how it works. There are going to be the best 4 in the business. Thorgeir Gudmundsson is in at number 5. Christian Sigurdsson 6. Bjorn Steinar Brynolfs from Bjossi is number 7. And the 8th seed is Astor Erne Hrafnsson. Is it a massive coincidence that all of the seeded players are winning through? No, of course it isn't. Of course it isn't. That's the beauty of the seeds. You get the good games a little bit later down the line. But then again, they're all good here at Live Darts Iceland because we aim to entertain. That's hopefully what we are doing. If you are interested in joining us on the socials, we are here on YouTube at Live Darts Iceland. And Facebook as well, the exact same URL, Live Darts Iceland. Massey first to finish, it's a 155. It would be for the match. Remember, Vita left a 155 for the match. Oh, there's the YouTube again, which I didn't actually mean to do, but 2 for the price of 1, why not? Treble 20. Would have left 95. Oh, for goodness sake. I'm not intending to keep showing you these. I'm trying to turn them off. There we go. All gone, all finished. Well, pressure could be put on here. 85 is not the end of the world. It's not, it's under a ton. There might be a little pressure on this 103 because Camille can hit trebles. Oh, but so can Matty. Double top for the match. And hasn't quite got there. Well, 77, treble 19 is usually what you go for. Sometimes people go for treble 15. I don't agree with it, but if it works, double 16. And to be completely honest, actually going one dart, having yourself one dart at double, it doesn't matter what your setup is because you might not get a shot at it. What I'm saying is if you go 19 and you miss it, you're a little bit on 8, you're on a better chance to set up, basically. You might not even get a chance at double 16. Oh, and he's missed it, and that could well be that. It was a very bold way to go treble 15, but it did work in as much as he got the double, got the dart at double, but Matty has been clinical on that outer ring. He is through to the quarterfinals, where he's going to play Astor Erne Hrafnsson. Do stay tuned here on Live Darts Iceland, because we'll be bringing you more very soon.
mjög góð. Kom ég bara 6 og...
A lovely bullseye from Bjorn Steinar Brynolfsson. Cannot be replicated. Not a bad effort from Peter. But as a result of that bullseye, it's Bjorn Steinar Brynolfsson who's going to kick this game off, which is one of our delightful quarterfinals. We are over on board number 8 for what I reckon is the pick of the quarters. Another very good one as well will be Vitor and Thorgi Gudmundsson, the number 5 versus the number 4 seed. In fact, all 8 seeds are through to the quarters. In fact, the non-seeded players lost by 5-0, 5-0, 5-1, 5-0, 5-0, 5-1, 5-1, 5-1. So not the best day for our non-seeds. Now we are in the battle of the seeds. We might get a little bit closer in terms of the matchups today. The other sides of the brackets, Matti will be taking on Asthor, as I say, Vitor and Thorgeir, and Halli and Christian Sigurdsson. So in the next, I don't know, 15 or 20 minutes, we should know our semi-final lineups. And is it going to be, for the third tournament on the bounce, the 3 legends of Live Darts Iceland? Or will one of the lower seeds upset them? Peter would love to get to a finish here. Staying straight is key, and does exactly that. So we'll get an outside squeak here, but damage can be caused by getting a big one from the 197. Really needs a treble. Doesn't do so. So a similar sort of equation. I think I'd rather be on Peter's score of 130. Just because you've got yourself a chance if you hit the single. So Peter should get himself a dart at something here. Oh, he's not going to get a dart at something. 20 would have left the bullseye. Instead, he's teed up tops. He might get a chance at tops now, after that aggressive first dart. That needs double one. What a way to take out 38. Oh, you would have felt a bit nervy after that second dart squeezed into that 17. That's some way to take out 38. Certainly not his plan, but executed it to perfection. After that lackluster second dart, not the best first dart either. Really made up for it. It was a horrible switch. Couldn't be much further away from each other in terms of numbers. But that will surely settle any nerves that he might have had. Pins in a nice treble 18 as well to score 93. Peter has got a little bit of work to do. Yes, it's only the first leg. Yes, it's early days. Yes, Peter hasn't actually had the throw yet. Biossi is not going to sit around. Well, Peter's going to need to find a treble at some point, and with a visit like that, the door is wide open for Biossi to get the second leg. And it would be a break as well. Not the best visit there, though, so I guess there is no real punishment. Well, you see those averages in excess of 60 at the moment. We expect them to drop come the end of this leg. This was their average before the leg. So it'll probably be a little bit less. Both have had scores of 95/93, but that's about it, really, in this leg. And Peter... visit 3 was 55, then he scored 24, 29 and 30. And he's still not even that far behind. A leg that possibly both are going to want to forget. Maybe if Biossi gets 140, then out in 1. It might be a leg he'd want to remember. Peter just taking a few seconds to recompose himself. I'm eager to see what the drop in averages is going to be. 5 points maybe, both a little under 50. Sorry, both a little under 60. That was a good visit there, the 83 from Peter. So he is on a finish. Oh, but Bjorn. Was that in the 1? It might be. Oh, what a brilliant, brilliant last start that was. And it's not been the best leg thus far, but going out in 2 here, I'm sure it'll be a delightful leg for him. Remember, he got 38 in the last leg, 19, 17, double 1. I guess double 1, you've just got to go aggressively, but he just laid it perfectly. Oh, this is looking lovely. Double 16. Oh, and the chant of old Biossi Biossi. Not going to happen in this leg, or not yet anyway. 101 for Peter. This would be a real magical shot. It's still on, treble 20. Not on anymore. Double 16 then. To go 2-0 up on what would be an upset. Even if it is just because he's the lower seed. You know what I said? I reckon this is the pick of the bunch. Well, this is the reason why. Not massively obvious as to who's going to win this one. Always a close contest, you would rather think. Double top. not there. I must ask Peter what flights he's using. I love them. They look moulded. They look like they're regular but moulded. A missed double-a-thon by both players. 30 darts have been thrown each. And still no winner of leg number 2. And there it is. Double 10 at last. It's 32 darts, but you don't want to worry about too much about that. And yes, look at the drop in averages there. Both now mid-50s. They were over 60. It just shows that it wasn't the best leg in the world. That's a good one. Very nice there, Fimbiosi. Super smashing ton 40. Good time to do it as well. That said, there's not really a bad time to do 140, is there? Unless you've got less than 140 on the board. It's safe to say at the moment, and this can change in just one visit, but at the moment it is Biossi who's actually throwing the better darts than Peter. That being said, Peter's opening visits of 181 and 99 are quite the reasonable feat. You'll see a ton 40 in the ton in this leg. Oh, this is brilliant. This is absolutely brilliant. I think that's a 140 again. It is. Peter has hit a ton 40, a 99 and 81 with his 4 visits. He's done 81 after 12. This is miles better than that last leg. That's good. Double 13. To go 2-1 up in a very, very good performance. In a leg that Bjorn hasn't played badly at all. Ton 14 a ton from himself. Oh, brilliant. 1-1-2. Sorry, not 1-1-2. 81 from Peter Rurik Goodmanson, starting on that single 19. Rescued it absolutely perfectly. That was poles apart from the previous leg. It really was. You might want to mute your sound in a second if you're interested in the Hungarian Darts Trophy, the PDC Euro Tour. I will surely have a little bit of news for you as we see the first 180 of the match. And what a way to respond to losing that leg on your own, on your own throw, despite playing well. What a way indeed. Yeah, mute your mic now because the game is about to finish and I'm going to be announcing the result of it. It hasn't finished yet and I don't actually know who's going to win because it's very close. But it's looking like one of them is going to win. And I'll tell you exactly who in 1 second. Right, mute your mic now, because I can tell you Brendan Dolan's just missed 2 darts to take out Michael van Goen. Michael van Goen just missed 1 dart to take out Brendan Dolan. Van Goen was 5-3 up. Dolan won the last 2 to make it 5-all. He's now throwing at 5, 2 at double 2 to knock out the 3-time world champion Madhouse. And he's blown it, and he's blown it, and Michael van Goen does not miss 3 darts at 32, never in a million years. And Brendan Dolan had 4 darts to take out Mighty Mike, and is not going to do so. That's over in Hungary on the PDC Euro Tour. Very, very exciting there. And Van Gogh Owen does miss 3 darts. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. I said never in a million years. Maybe this is that year. Unbelievable. Brendan Dolan's still got a big ask at 8. Double one, sorry, not at 8. But there we go. Anyway, whilst that excitement's going on, there's a bit of excitement here. Brian Olsen started off the leg with a 180. Left himself 56 after 15 thrown. Scored 97.85 before that. And it is Brendan Dolan, by the way, who pins in the Madhouse. Unbelievable drama over in Hungary. And brilliant drama here as double top for Biossi is needed. And Biossi doing a bit of an MVG as much as missing, but that second dial at double top was so wide. If he was going for treble 12, that would have been a better shot. Peter, though, well, what's that? 24 scored. A lovely last start. Great last start. Somehow manages to leave 50 after treble 7, treble 1. Double 16 here for Biossi. Oh, and he's missed as well. And that second dart was a little wayward. Not as crazy as the second dart tops. And no, he's not. If that was Vita, he'd be going straight for bullseye. And single 10 double top for Peter Rurik Gudmundsson. A game that I cannot stress how well Biossi is playing. It's just a couple of missed opportunities at the very latter stages of legs. Nice ton there. To start off leg number 5. Remember, it's first to 5. Peter needs just 2. Biossi's got a bit of work to do. He needs 4, but he could get 4 with the way he's playing. If he carries on doing what he's been doing and just improves slightly at the end of legs, this game isn't over. Biossi carries on. Is that the... Well, he got a 180 and a 140 in the last leg, I think. He's certainly got the 180 because that's how he started it. He's in the treble again. It's just Biossi's power scoring has come in little bursts, whereas Peter has been pretty consistent around that 20 bed. And here is another burst of Bjorn. A burst of Biossi. A Biossi burst, so to speak. We just saw Matty on his phone in the background there. That suggests to me that his game is finished. His game has finished. He's beaten Astor Hrafnsson 5-1. Matty is in the semis. Hallie is nearly there, 4-2 up on Christian Sigurdsson. Vita and Thorgeir, that's a battle. They are tied at 3 apiece. And over in the ladies, it is the final. Brynja Herborg Jonsdottir is 3-2 up against Petri Fredriksdottir. I think if you're watching may be aware of who Petri Fredriksdottir is with her wonderful darting action. She sort of goes round in a circle before releasing it. She said she had surgery in her arm once upon a time, so in order to combat the pain of straight throwing, as Peter needs another one of those, would have left tops. To combat the pain of straight throwing, she would move her arm in a circular motion. She trails 3-2 in the final of the ladies' event. So we can confirm that who Matty is going to be playing, or rather, he's going to be playing the winner of. It's going to be winner of Vita or Thorgeir. Now, yesterday in the number 6, the evening session, Vita beat Matty in the semi-finals. Will we see the same fate? Will we see reverse fate? Or will we see Vita not actually make it through to the semis for the first time this weekend? As double 10 is pinned there by Peter Rurik Gudmundsson. That was against the throw. And this would be a very, very harsh scoreline if it ended up being 5-1. Very, very harsh. But at the moment, that looks kind of likely, doesn't it, with Peter throwing here, starting off with a ton. there was a lucky loser in this tournament, which there's not because it's just straight knockout, but if there was, you've got to think Biossi would be a contender. How he's only on one leg, I might never know. The winner of event 5 was Matty. He beat Vita. The winner of event 6 was Vita. He beat Hallie. So Vita has made both of Saturday's finals. If he's going to continue, he is going to have to win against Thorgeir and beat Matty. Vita here. Needs a ton to leave a finish. Should get a ton. Might even get a little more. Oh, doesn't get either. Doesn't get either in the end. But will have time on his side, and not a good leg for Biossi to go off the boil. He's probably about 2 visits behind Peter here. And that's a good dart there at treble 19. What a time to hit a 180 or a 140 or a ton that would be, but that's not going to happen. In fact, it's not even going to stay straight. 43, the score there from Biossi. Plenty of time. Well, 1 at 11 for tops. 37 remain. 17 might be his start here. Okay, he's gone for double 16. Not entirely sure why. Well, that's why, because he hits it. He likes the 10s. He's a left-hander, but 16s will do as well. A very good performance there from Peter Rurik Gudmundsson with an average which is higher than Biossi by a few points there. 5-1 it is in the end. You've got to give a bit of a shout-out to Biossi, who, that was an unlucky performance. Yeah, the last leg was poor, but the legs before that were looking pretty good and comfortable, but just couldn't win them. Quite amazing here in a live darts Iceland. But that's what we like to bring you. Drama. So it is Peter Rurik Gudmundsson who'll be playing the winner of Hallie Yield and Christian Sigurdsson. You can follow that one right now over on the tv.dartconnect.com. I can confirm that Hallie is 4-3 up on Christian Sigurdsson. And is started with a ton and a ton 40. You can follow that one on tv.dartconnect.com. I'll be back very soon for some more Live Darts Iceland.
meet again.
Heel gericht. Dit is het. Dankjewel. Zie ik niet aan. Zie ik zitten hier op de binnen.
Well, here we go then. Welcome back to Live Darts Iceland, where we have our semi-final. Over in the other one, it's the two classic Icelanders in Peter and Halli. But over here on board number 8, we have got Mattias Örn Fredriksson taking on Vitor Charua. A repeat of yesterday's semi-final, which saw Vitor winning that one. Matti will be looking for a little revenge. These are seeds number 1 and number 4. Meanwhile, 2 and 3 are over on the other board. Peter is 2 and Halli is 3. Should be rather exciting. If Peter wins that one, by the way, we'll have finally seen all 4 of the classic Icelanders make a final this weekend. We've seen Matti and Vitor and Halli, all finalists so far. In fact, Vitor is a double finalist, looking to make it triple. Remember, everything is first to 5, sorry, first to 5. Even at the final. We've also got another event this evening, so if you've enjoyed this afternoon's action or you've missed some of this afternoon's action, would like to watch a full session of live darts, then this evening, well, this afternoon, should I say, 3 p.m. Icelandic time, which is 4 p.m. in the UK, which is 2 hours and 4 minutes from now. The events only tend to last a little over 2 hours, which is good. They're not long and drawn out. They are full of fun Icelandic quality. Over in the women's bracket, by the way, despite being down, I think it was 3-2 or 3-1 down in the end, Petria did come through and take the title. Petria Fredriksdottir, she beat Anna Rutt Gunnlaugsdottir 5-3. So well done to Petria. And I wonder if she'll be playing in this evening or this afternoon's event as well. Quite possibly. Matty down to a finish first, convincingly down to a finish first. It's a good last start from Vita, but it's not enough, the first two. Well, it's not a 180, I can tell you that for sure. There you go, 80 scored. I thought he might have started 18s there. We'll just look to tee up something nice. 84, is that something? In a day filled of sport, we appreciate your custom. Watching the best that Iceland has to offer in their monthly ranking events. 14 bull. Well, okay. Doesn't think Vita's going to take the 161. Oh, blimey. Treble 17. Watch Matty's face drop if this goes in. Well, it didn't, and there might be a little relief there from the Eagle. The Eagle and the Grenade, these two players' nicknames. But that wasn't majorly convincing, and Vita did have a very slow start to this leg. He's crawled himself back in. He's going to have a chance here. Oh, brilliant dart there. That leaves double 12. He leaves double 16, sorry. I don't know where I got double 12 from. And he's missed there. It wasn't double 12 in the slightest. Bit of mathematical error from myself. Double 5, though, for Matty. Oh, blimey, now this is a tough ask. This is a big ask. He gets the 1, which he's done well. And the double 2 was probably slightly near the treble. Advantage advantage Vita. And there it is with that last dart. It was on the Matty throw. And are we seeing why Vita beat Matty yesterday? Remember, Matty did beat Vita in the final of the first event. So I guess it's one win apiece. Matty's, of course, was more significant, in as much as it was for a title. And it was an overwhelming victory, 5-1 to the Eagle. So Matty with the most important win, but Vita with the latest win. You would have thought Matty would be bookmaker's favourite before a dart was thrown. A little bit more even now because Vita has nicked the darts. Got a break and has the throw. Oh, that's 2 in the treble. 1, 2. I don't know how darts 2 and 3, they kind of just floated in. They were almost bounce-ins, if you like. They certainly caught the other dart quite heavily, but the point ended up touching the treble. Yeah, good last start there from Vita. So you would assume Vita will be down to a finish first. Matty needed to fill it up to get to a finish. Well, not only doesn't he fill it up, he doesn't even get a treble. So Vita Charrua here, real advantage to capitalise on his early break, which really shouldn't have broken, but that starts for you. That's all right, 102 he'll be back for. Matty would love to fill up the bed. This would be the wonderful time to do it, and that's a very good first dart. Oh, yes. Is he going to? He's not, and he's not happy about that, because that last dart was miles away compared to the first two, but still. This leg is not over just yet. Well, he'll go bullseye here. It's not the right way to go, but it's what he does, and he's missed the big 17. I don't know what would have been worse, that or the treble 17. Treble 17 would have left, what, 6? I think maybe. I'd rather have 2 darts that double by choice than 3 at 6. I don't know. Treble 20. Oh, great last dart. That tees up tops if he gets a chance at it. 48 is very nice indeed. Is 2 darts going to be enough for Vita? Well, that looks like a good guide. He hasn't moved. Well, maybe it wasn't that good a guide in the end, but 2 darts wasn't enough for Vita. And Matty looks at a break straight back. Does exactly that, and we are all with the throw after a bit of a shaky start from both. Hopefully both will now be able to settle down and crack on. 1-1 here, 1-1 in the other game as well, Peter and Hallie. So I couldn't even begin to tell you who the 2 finalists are going to be. Couldn't even begin. If I had to guess, I'd say Matty and Hallie. But it'd be no surprise if it was the other 2. Well, 2 poor first darts, 1 good last dart. Not quite enough, though. Matty way ahead in this leg. And extends his lead. Well, that was more like it. The first attempt at 180 in the last leg. 2 darts were perfect, and the one was a bit of a floater. That one was in the vicinity. We'll get 6 darts from 136. Might even get more. Won't want more, but only want to use 3. She's going to get more darts from that 136. Could even be 12 from that point. Probably will be 12 from that point. Well, is that in the 7? It was, and that was a missed start at 16s, but with a 0 pressure on. That is not exactly going to be worried. Yeah, I think it's a leg that Vita would probably rather forget about. His highest score was 70. That was a good visit with the second visit, but hasn't managed to stray straight with any of his other visits. That's, well, Matty frustrated there. Don't want to use too much energy in your lack of celebrations just yet, with Vita still way back on 265. We'll leave 170 here, probably. That's exactly what he does. And there we go. A lovely, clean, central double 8. And Matty, first hold of the game, goes 2-1 up. And this is where Vita is going to need to throw a good leg on his darts. There we go. Treble 18 with his last start, Matty, to get himself down to a finish. Finish 83 this time. Vita's going to want to leave himself something similar. Really needs a treble. Doesn't. He's on a finish, but it's not the world's easiest one. Rather be Matty here. 16. Well, went treble 10, double 18. Did that again. When he was on 164, Vita. Oh, he might. This would be good, wouldn't it? This would teach Matty a very valuable lesson. Double top. Oh, Vita will be seething, and Matty will be relieved. Matty, of course, opted not to go 16 bull. In the end, it did pay off. As over in the Hungary, Gerwin Price has just beaten Damon Heta 6-4. Heta was ahead for the majority of that one. Just frittered out towards the end when the Iceman really upped the heat. Thank you very much. I'm here all day. Matty leads 3-1 in this first of 5. And is looking for a place in his second final of the weekend. Meanwhile, the other players in the other game cannot be separated. It is 2-2 between Peter Rory Goodmanson and Hallie Ayils. Very nice, 140 indeed. It's a good average here from Matty. Close leg, this one. That might. 3 trebles there, 2 of which he wanted. Might see him well in this leg. Rita needs much of the same. He really does. 140 minimum. I'm not going to get the 140. Tactically, goes for the outer bullseye there. Because look what he's left. Again, third time in this match that Matty has chosen to lay up. Well, chosen not to go the safer route. And that's the first time, actually, that Vita hasn't hit the first dart after Matty has taken a risk. He was on 164, he hit the first treble. He was on 154, he hit 2 trebles. Actually did hit 2 trebles there, but in the wrong order. Double top. Double 10. And it goes begging. Oh, 15. Leaves double 15. Was not his intention, but he'll be delighted if this one goes. Oh, that was a long way away. That was a long way away. So Matty has the chance here to go within 1 leg of the final. Double 2. And can't find it, so leaves himself in the madhouse. Vita's got options here. Might it be 3 for double 6? Yes, it will. not able to take to a double six, a double he chose, double of his preference. I think he might like that area of the board. But luckily for him, he didn't go inside. Can't really see him missing now. 3 at double six once again. And there it is, doesn't miss. Gets his second leg and a break of throw. Meanwhile, the scoreline is identical in the other game. Peter Rurik Gudmundsson leads Halli 3-2. We now know why these are the best 4 players in Iceland right now. That's because they're all very good. All of them average over 60. And all their games are usually pretty close. That being said, Matti beat Vita 5-1, Vita beat Halli 5-2. Over in yesterday afternoon's event, when Vita did beat Matti, that was 5-1. So of the 2 games they've played, they've both been 5-1 scorelines to either player. Obviously, that's not going to be the case now. Maybe both have learned a lesson or two. Oh, excuse the silence. My mother has attempted to call me. Couldn't get through. Probably poor signal. Double 18 needed for Vita. Is that in? Looked in, but body language suggests no. Is he switching to double 9? Was that was double 1 then? Oh, okay. That was double 1. She's going double 17. Unlucky there. That was right in the corner. It looked, with the blocking from the flight, looked like it was in. Treble 18 would have left bullseye. So Vita, a little bit of a pesky 17 here. Yes, 5 double 6. If he likes double 6, he'll go for double 6. Well, this isn't easy. And that wasn't easy. 3 is even harder. So it should really be 4-2 here for Matti. For his second final of the weekend. There it is, double 8. And when I say for his second, I mean he'll now be throwing for his second final of the weekend. He's not there just yet. Oh, guess who's calling me again? Could this be the last leg of the match? Matthew will hope so. If Vita gets one here, 4-3, he'll have to throw to make it 4-all. Could get a little bit nervy and tight. Well then, Vita Charua. Certainly in the better position in this leg. And Vita Charua. Tops tens. It's next to his favourite double six, so why not? Well, I said it might start to get a little bit nervy and edgy here. And it may well do so. As now Vita is one leg of darts away from levelling things up. Matty wants a ton. Matty wants a ton. Matty doesn't get a ton. Needed a treble to leave a non-bullseye finish. Right, Matthew will be back 62 for a place in the final and to do the double over Vita. Well, that That's some way. That is some way to put the pressure on this 62. Because if this doesn't go, the 56 may well go. Not going to play any games now. 16. Double top. Oh, we have one dart, and he's been previously very, very good at one dart in hand at tops. But not on that occasion. Vita then, to take us all the way. Double top for himself. And Vita can't find it, and that is probably that. He had unintentional tops in the last leg. Couldn't find one in this leg. Matty, double 10. And the double 5 is not there. This is tense. This is really tense. Oh, blimey. That is far from ideal. He's going to get one dart here. Probably a double... Well, double 18. Now, that I didn't see coming, I must say. I didn't associate Vita with being a particularly double 18-ish guy, but I may be very wrong. Well, Matty is delighted there that I has found the 1. I've seen him get double 1, 1, double 1 before. That was very close to busting. And that is busting. He would have been busting a gut to try and find the double there, but it isn't to be. So Vita breathes again. Is that in? You don't get much closer. He's got to go to the bottom of this bed. Doesn't. And he tried to go for a route that seemed to be impossible. I mean, the fact that he's gone that way means maybe there was an opening. Right, this time he's nowhere near that 20. He's near the 18. Double 2 for the match. Double 1 for the match. And the double 1 goes begging, and right at the business end of this leg and this match, things are starting to get nervous. And that wasn't nervous there from Vita. Maybe it was, but he didn't look it. And we are 4 apiece. We are just 1 leg away from deciding who is in the final. They won very convincingly over each other, didn't they? 5-1 and 5-1. Not over here. This is going to be 5-4 to one of these players. So Matty will be favourite, A, because he's Matty, and B, because he does have the darts. Meanwhile, guess what the score is in the other game? 4-all. 2 last leg deciders. Unbelievable. They've been on the same scoreline pretty much for the entirety of the match. They've actually hit winning leg doubles at the exact same time. Both these matches might well finish within 20 seconds of each other. Peter 4, Hallie 4. And Hallie is on the double top to win it after a last leg of 41. Ton 20. She's obviously missed tops. And Hallie gets 40 in 3 darts. And Hallie is going to be the finalist in event number 7. And he'll take on the winner of this, which is looking now like it's going to be Matty. Vita needs another. But the in-scoring hasn't really mattered, has it? It's been right on the business end of the legs. Right where the double is concerned. That's been where the important bits and the crucial bits and the bits that have been missed, where the matches have been, the legs have been won and lost, that's where it's been. So don't be deceived by the fact that at the moment it's Matty in a better position. That's all about to change. Even a single here will be okay. Is that the 1? I think it is, based on his body language. Yes, it was. Well, I would have been ensuring I get a single. My dart might have been nearer the tops. So it goes in 40, thank you very much. It goes in 20, that's okay as well. Well, only 60 there from Matty. 126 as a chance here is pretty good on treble 19. Matty might get himself a dart at bullseye. Vita might get himself a dart at bullseye. They will, at least. It's bullseye for the match. Oh. No, it's not actually that close. 16 is hit in the end. Just had a feeling. I just had a feeling. We've seen, oh, wow. 85. 83 scored 4 on 87. And Matty has been ahead for the entire game? I don't think Vita's been ahead at all. Maybe he was early on, but double 17 here. Big moments. Pal Peterson looks on, Matty looks away, and Vita is through to the final and does the double over Matty. What a thriller that was. What an absolute thriller. And we're going to have a repeat of yesterday afternoon's final, where Vita Charua is going to take on Hali Ayils in what is going to be a classic. 2 last leg deciders. We can go for another last leg decider to decide the match. Maybe, just maybe. Do stick around. The final of Stigamót number 7 coming up very shortly. And then, shortly after that, we'll be doing it all again for event number 8.
Hann var að hafa 40. Já.
Well, it is final time. A repeat of final number 6. So that was yesterday afternoon. Vitor Charua and Hallie Ayils. After their final couple of warm-up darts, we're going to bull off. And then we're going to get going. Do sit tight. This should be a good and tight one. Should be thoroughly entertaining. And we've got it live in a few minutes. Well, a few outside bullseye darts here from both players, but we'll be beginning very, very shortly. And then pretty much straight away... Oh, no, not pretty much. There'll be a little bit of a gap between this and the next tournament. I think it starts at 3 o'clock local, so which is in just over an hour's time. And finally, that wasn't even that far from the 25, but it is Vita who is going to get things started in this first to 5 clash. Vita Charua and Hali Ayils. The last time they met was the last tournament, actually, where Vita was the winner of that one, 5-2. It was extremely nervy, wasn't it? Very, very nervy indeed, as far as that semi-final between Vita and Matti. Matti was ahead for a long time, missed numerous darts for it, and Vita somehow had a couple of brilliant set-up shots and one through. And I think there's some early nerves there from Hali. That was a very uncharacteristic miss of the board. But no major damage is done because Vita has only scored 41 and 42, and that's been rectified. So maybe that was a good miss of the board, because Hallgrimur Ayilsen pins in a 180, and maybe he was just trying to find his range. Okay, that was far too high. Let's move down a bit. He would have taken a dart out of the board any day, wouldn't he, to give himself a 180 with his second visit. Hali hasn't won one of these yet. The closest he came was obviously in that final yesterday, where he lost 5-2 to Vita. Is today his day? If he carries on like this, the answer is yes. Average in excess of 100 at the moment. Yes, I know, he's only thrown 9 darts. But nonetheless, it's a very good effort from he who hasn't really got an official nickname. He hasn't since Live Darts Iceland started. And is this a new darts shirt? We've seen him play in the royal blue before. And have a look at the back of his shirt. When he goes to retrieve his darts, go and have a look. Treble 19, or 15s for 18s is also an approved route. Right, ready? He's going to turn around. Look at that. A large ostrich. Never have I ever seen such flamboyancy in the sport of darts. What's going on? It is nice, though. That I must say. Double 18 for Hali to take the first leg against a throw. Well, double 9, not a nice switch at all. They say it's the most nasty switch on the board. That said, straight in the double 9. Very, very good indeed from Hali. And he takes the opening break. They say that's the worst switch, but realistically, who was it that needed 38? It's 19, 17, double 1 unintentionally. That's a bit of a switch, isn't it? Still, it worked well. Unintentionally, of course. Hali's had some averages, hasn't he, the last couple of weeks? Had some big uns. Well, 3 reasonable visits there from Vita, including 3 treble 20s, 2 single 5s, and 3 straight 20s. Big here would want to break straight back because it is very short format. First to 5. Well, this is not what Vita was after before he got to the Oki. And even 60 would have been okay. Tom would have been ideal. More would have been perfect. But this now opens the opportunity for Hali to double his lead. so early on. That being said, a ton or more here. Wants another 125. Wants his second 125. Doesn't get the 85. So what's that leave him on? That leaves him on at 122. Oh, blimey, another one of those. This is the Rob Cross special, isn't it? Yes. Is that double 16? It is double 16. Brilliant from Halley. Pal Peterson in the background is clapping. Vita, I think, even gave a little bit of applause as well. Vita was sitting on 122. Didn't get a sniff at it. Beautiful 140. After a bit of pressure was applied from Vita, sorry, a little bit. But Halley said, I'm not having any of it. That is probably the checkout of the day. You don't often see, I thought when Matty was on 144, he was going to go treble 18. You don't often see it too much, but it's a good way to go. It leaves double 16. And treble 18 is a nice treble to hit, I guess. What can I say? Probably the third most regularly hit treble, or attempted treble. Double 16 is the first or second most attempted double. Yes, certainly a highlight there. Hal Grimmer. 140. That might well be the highest ever finish I've commentated on from Halley. He did a 164, but I had a couple of things on. So that was a game I wasn't really covering. I was furious. I've seen Rasma reel in the big fish. I've seen Niels Jorgen Hansen reel in the big fish. Not in this tournament, of course, because this is exclusively for Icelanders to get Icelandic ranking points. Another event taking place in just over an hour's time. There's Halley, sorry. I keep getting these two confused, Vita and Halley. They look nothing like. Their names sound nothing like. Halley is down to a finish first. Oh, Vita's going to be on a good one, isn't he? Isn't he? Of course he is. Lovely 180 to pile the pressure on this 135. He leaves himself double eights. Will he get a chance at it? Yes, he will. What a smashing, timely 180. Did not want to be broken twice. That he might not be able to recover from. Oh, he nearly busted there. He's lucky that's found the generous end of the wire. And that was right in the middle. The scores being called out in Icelandic. That's a very nice ton 40. Both these players now finding their rhythm. Oh, talking of finding their rhythm. Halley's a couple of 60s, a ton and a ton 40. He's in 141 after 12. Right, what can Vita do here? If he can get 2 treble 20s here, he'll be a happy bunny. Oh, he's not going to get 2 treble 20s. 178, if my math serves me correct.
53.
It was, so he's on 160. Double 6. Oh, we saw Vita hit that double 6 on numerous occasions. It's Hallie's turn to do it now. I don't know if Vita's going to be put off, or even Hallie, by Hal Peterson, the audience member. And I'm sure, as they're not saying anything, they're happy for him to be standing there, living every single dart. And I hope that's exactly what you're doing as well, from wherever you are watching from. This is the final of Stigamót number 7. It's the Icelandic ranking events. Got number 8 coming up very shortly, about an hour or so. Well, there we go. I think I heard them say 100. No, 60. 800, nay, 660. Something like that. Nay means no, so that's your Icelandic lesson for the day. Well, Vita absolutely needs to win this leg. This is a must. And it's probably going to do so. Maybe not in this visit, but potentially the visit after that, or the visit after that. Doesn't cause as much damage as he would have liked there, but he'll be thankful that Hallie's way back on 3-1-2. Of course, that can all change. Even a 140 wouldn't have put him on a finish, needed to fill up the bed. So he doesn't need to worry about going for this. Won't be going for it now. 62 scored. Is that 62 left? Well, he opted there for treble 18 for double 4. I'm not sure I've seen that route many times before. But has the luxury of being able to go whatever way he fancies. With Hallie a little back. Hallie is now on a finish. Well, double 2 does not want to go inside. It's the right edge to leave it on. I mean, wasn't that massively good an effort. Could have been a little nearer to the 2. Oh, this would be typical, wouldn't it? Oh, this would be absolutely stellar. Oh, he got treble 18 for double 16. He couldn't get treble 17, double 16. He did the hard bit. But he still could punish. This isn't a given. Yeah, that was a great marker, and he's used it perfectly, right when the pressure was on. Vita certainly deserved that. That would have been a harsh act of thievery from Hallie. If it did go, by the way, he'd be thrown for the match and the title. And his first title of the weekend. Well...
95.
Vita might have an outside squeak of a break here. Not so easy now. Here's another.
62.
And didn't find another, not even a single 20. It's visit on visit, isn't it, this?
38.
Well, he will hate that. Hallie will hate that. He's not on a finish. 178, I believe, yes. Yeah, good darts there from Vita. This game is not over. I always had the feeling it was going to be a close one, considering their two semis were extremely close. In fact, Vita probably should have lost. But the winner is he or she who hits the last double of the game. That's exactly what Vita did. Didn't go tops. We'll go another big 20. Well, that's a bit close for comfort, but it's an open bet at tops.
60.
And has dragged it down a little. Hallie then, either bull or treble 18 here. Something tells me treble 18. Yes, that's the way. That was always the risk, not going bullseye. The risk of not going bullseye means you don't guarantee yourself at a double. Vita pins in the double, breaks back, all with throw, 3 apiece. I've not got any idea who's going to be winning this one. Maybe you do at home. Yeah, good last start there from Charua. If Hallie can hit a big one here, which she's not going to, 180 or 140 could have turned the tides in this leg again. Could have stolen the throw. Isn't it nervy? Isn't it a little bit nervy? Oh dear. Well, he's done that before. What a rescue. He's done that before. 2 5s and then treble 20. There was 2 5s and treble 19. So he doesn't let the wayward darts get to him. There's Hallie, who's got first dibs. Oh, didn't want that. Staying straight would have been all right. Luckily, he's managed to rescue it. He's a very respectable 82, very gettable 82. He's got 140. Yeah, he got the 140, nearly got the 134. Wasn't able able to get really anywhere close to that 82. He's left himself tops. Vitor, however, pins in a smashing 140. Treble 13. Oh, yes, and I'm so glad he got that treble. I'll tell you why in a second. Double 12. Well, he likes double 12. He also loves the bull. If that was a single 13, he probably would have gone for the bull. I know it sounds crazy, but he's done that before in a big final. Double 16. Double 8. Oh, there it is. Oh, Halley. After missed doubles there from Vita, 2 to be precise. Halley is now throwing for the match and for Stigamót number 7. This is brilliant. This is brilliant. Oh, that was in and out. That was in and out. And that's maybe a little bit of luck that Vita gets. Not that scoring 120 against you, or rather your opponent scoring 120 is particularly lucky. That was a very good response to Halley's earlier 120. Right, Vita would love a treble, but also needs to count. And that's not the treble he would have loved. That's not the treble he would have loved. Is this slipping away?
66.
Well, that is the third time I've seen him do that. He's probably done it more. Second in this match at least, where the first 2 darts have been crazy. But he's not let it phase him and he's straight in. There is a very, very small slither of a chance for Vita. It involves getting a big one here, preferably a 180, and Halley missing. And that, after the first dart, will not be what he was after. Left himself a Shanghai. Stay there. Would have left 16s. Single 20. Oh no! Vita! Vita! You know, if he threw so lacklustrely and it went out the board, I would have screamed and shouted, but that still would have been better than busting. He should have been nowhere near. And a missed-started double from a missed-started single, sorry, from Halley means Vita gets another sniff at this. But will that have taken it out of him? Oh, that's a great marker. That's a better dart. Oh, and he can't find it. Vita should have been throwing for the match. I'm sorry, but that is what should have been happening. But it now looks very likely that Halley will pin in this double 12. This double 6-1 dart's done it before. Misses. And Vita breathes again. Oh, this is drama. This is drama. He likes double 6, surely he'll like double 10, which is next door. He does, and he gets it right by the double 6 as well. Really last leg decider. A well-deserved last leg decider. Mutual respect between these two. Halley desperately trying to get his first title of the weekend. Vita trying to get his second. But regardless of what happens here, Vita has still made all 3 finals. So he's in a little bit of a purple patch right now. Only 28 the opener for Vita.
60.
Hallie had darts. Hallie did have darts. And that's two poor visits there from Vita Charua. With the throw, remember.
100.
Well, I do hope you're enjoying this. I really do. Both of these are involved in a last leg decider in their semi-final matches. Both of these involved, of course, in a last leg decider in this final.
36.
Action will continue in just over 45 minutes' time for the 8th and final event of the weekend. By 8th of the weekend, I mean event number 8, which is the final event of the weekend. Having 8 over 2 days would be a little much. There we go, the first three-figure score here for Vita. In fact, the first score where it stayed straight with 3 darts. Hallie has stayed straight with 3 darts in all of his visits, except for this one.
54.
But as we have seen, it is not the scoring, it is the finishing. Well, he's moved,
60.
which suggests he could see the treble. Down to a finish first. Vita, 180 here. What a time to hit it this would be. Or 140. You know what? In the grand scheme of things, a ton he would love.
60.
But a 60 is not enough. Well, he nearly hit this 154, didn't he? In his last leg, not his last leg, sorry, in his last match against Matty Fredriksson, where Matty had the chance to go a percentage shot, single to leave bull, but instead he went the treble and missed. Vita, treble 19. Not going to go, but would like to leave it very, very handy indeed. I have no idea what that's here. Is that the single 17? It was the treble 17. He's got 118 to leave 36. Vita Charua must survive a Shanghai. Oh, no, he's not, is he? Well, he won't make the same mistake Vita did. He's not busting this. That's a beautiful single. He's got to move over. He has, I think he's got a path to over to the left. Double top. And it's there! It is there! What a way to win your first tournament of the weekend. We saw Vita busting 120, but Hallie hits the 120. What an amazing way to secure the title of Stigamót number 7. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant there from Vita Charua. He got a 140 early on. He nearly got a 134, but he did get a 120, and I think the 120 is my favourite of all. He with the ostrich on his back. Hallgrimur Ayilson pins in double top and takes the 5-4 win in what has been an absolute classic. Vita was really getting back into that with scores of a ton, an 85 and a set-up shot of 118. But it was Hallie who managed to pull the ostrich from the hat and take the big finish and take the title. Wonderful, wonderful stuff here from Iceland, and we're going to be doing it all again in around about 40 minutes' time. Thank you very much for joining us over the course of Stigamót number 7. Go and grab yourself a bit of late lunch or early lunch, depending on where you are in the world. And we will be bringing you live coverage of Stigamót number 8, same time, well, not same time, but it'll be 3 o'clock in Iceland, which is 4 o'clock in the UK, 5 o'clock for most of Europe. Around in about 45 minutes from now. See you soon.